department is delighted to be able to offer you French and Spanish at GCSE. As a team, we studied and taught in different countries around the world, gaining knowledge not only of French, but of Spanish, Italian, German, Portuguese and Moroccan Arabic. And we're very excited to be offering you the opportunity to study another language too during your time here at Brynteg. Here is a beautiful quote for you. Language is the thread that connects us all. The variety of languages around the world make for a richer, brighter, stronger tapestry. So I'm going to go through why you might like to consider choosing Spanish for GCSE and also the course outline. A fun fact for you, Spanish is 75% similar to French, so your existing knowledge of French will help your understanding of Spanish. And in the future, should you wish to pick up other languages, your Spanish will aid you greatly. As you can see, there are over 572 million Spanish speakers worldwide, and it is the second most studied language in the world. As I said, over 572 million people speak Spanish worldwide, and they come from a range of diverse countries. A lot of them in Latin America, but also in Spain and Europe. And within Spain, there are different dialects. So once you start to learn the Spanish language, you're opening yourself up to a world of culture, food and travel. Think about exploring the books, the films and music from all of these amazing countries. So why study languages at GCSE? Language skills can be used in almost any career, and in particular in businesses that trade internationally, which is why we've been looking at the topic of global business opportunities in your French lessons. The world of work is constantly changing, as we've seen with the pandemic. More people are working from home, using technology to communicate with each other. This technology may connect us with people all over the world, however, it's been able to communicate with each other using different languages that is key to really connecting and understanding each other. Nowadays, most large companies are global companies, but being a successful global company only happens if it has local information about the different markets and countries that it works in, as each country has its own unique culture and social preferences. Global companies need people with language skills to be able to communicate with people and gain that local understanding so they can be as profitable as possible. It's fake news that Brexit means that we no longer need people to speak languages. They're now more important than ever as the UK tries to create trade deals and strengthen the ones that it already has. With language skills, it's a given that you're more likely to travel with your job than your colleagues who don't speak other languages. If I were to ask you what jobs can you do if you have studied and speak other languages, I bet that these would be the two that come to mind. Being a language teacher gives you numerous opportunities. You can spend a year abroad and you can find a job either teaching the next generation of linguists in this country or even teach internationally. As a translator, you could find important work translating legal documents or even books and film scripts. You could also get work in international politics. But what I'd like to show you though is some of the other career options that you have through studying languages that you might not have considered. Have you ever thought about being a spy? You could work for MI5 secret services intercepting messages. Here are some of the big global charity organisations. They look for people with language skills to travel abroad and carry out their charity work in different countries. Working in the travel and tourism industry, a pilot for example, cabin crew, air traffic controller, customer services in an airport, even working in a shop in an airport. Having language skills is a real advantage if you want to work in one of these roles. What about a travel rep? Travel reps help people enjoy their holidays from the moment they arrive, having to sort out any issues they have, being able to speak to local people and businesses, people driving the bus, people at the attractions, etc. To do that means that you're going to be at an advantage, and it's an amazing way to travel and get paid. Fashion brands. Many of the headquarters for these brands are abroad, so even if you want to work for one of these companies in the UK, being able to speak the native language of the company is a real advantage. Global technology companies and banks. Even though these companies may be British or American, they sell their products and programs internationally across the world, so we're always looking for people with language skills to be able to communicate in the countries they sell to. Travel companies such as Expedia, Booking.com, Airbnb all need people with a variety of language skills to manage teams and bookings from people across the world. Languages have great transferable skills, therefore employers like language skills because it means that someone is a good communicator. They're good at memorising information and they're good at building relationships and they're good problem solvers. In an increasingly global jobs market, able linguists are in high demand. Only 28% of British people speak another language. 74% of UK employers say that languages are important when recruiting. So where will your language skills take you? So by deciding to study a modern foreign language, not only will you expand your chances to travel, live in different cultures, have varied experiences, but you'll also develop self-confidence, build resilience, and hone quick thinking skills. So what will you study? Here's the WJC course outline. You will learn through 3 themes. The first, identity and culture. Second, Wales and the world and areas of interest. And the third, current and future study and employment. Some of the really interesting topics within these themes are things like talking about social media, technology, music, TV and film, and reading. In Wales and the world and areas of interest, we talk about holidays and travel to exciting places. We cover some global environmental issues like pollution and poverty. And also what your school life is like and what you hope to do in the future. We'll cover 4 different skills: speaking, writing, reading and listening. As I said, the exam board is WJC and there are 2 tiers. So in year 11, your teacher will discuss with you which tier is more suitable for you. And in foundation, you can achieve up to a grade C. There are 4 papers on the 4 skills, which are each worth 25% of your overall mark. And some key points about the exams. In the speaking, there are different types of activities, a role play and a photo card, which include prompts and general conversation from the themes we study. In the writing, you do foundation. The maximum you need to write is 100 words, and in the higher, the maximum is 150 words. Both the listening and reading papers have material in Spanish. The questions need to be answered in English or by ticking the correct Spanish response. There is also translation in the writing and reading papers. So those are just a few key points on the Spanish GCSE. If you have any other questions, please ask your language teacher. And as the song says, it's time to find your own future. Hay que encontrar su propio futuro.